Okay, I'm stopping it because it said there was an error and it's not letting me hit record. So I'm going to try it again.
Oh, okay.
Well, hello there. Hello there. Welcome to Real WW Talk. I'm Candice.
And I'm Rikki.
And Rikki, how are you feeling?
Okay. I checked in with my doctor this week. For those of you listening who may not know, I shared this in the Facebook group. Candice, you were nice enough to share for me in the Facebook group that I was in a car accident last week. Thank God, he was looking out for me. I'm okay, but a car was totaled, and I'm just grateful to have walked away without any scratches. I did feel a little sore the day after. A lot of people were warned me about that, but I did feel that, but I felt a lot of love from the community. So thanks for asking, and thank you for everyone who just shared well wishes and prayers and positive comments. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, Lord, guys, it has been, we said it in the Facebook group and on our social media. Again, if you don't know how to find us, go to Facebook, search Real WW Talk, answer a few questions, and we'll let you in. We have, I think almost 10.7 thousand members, which is really wonderful, very engaged community. But it's been a tough couple of months for us, between me and this whole DCIS, and then Erin, who is, guys, again, continuing to recover.
Yes.
She's doing very well. We were able to check in with her for her birthday. So we did have some positives, but I'm so happy that you are feeling good and feeling okay, because if you saw a picture of the car, and if you didn't, like I said, it was a pretty intense accident. So, but summer, we're already now in the middle. I know you don't want to think about it.
No.
I already saw we kind of were chatting before we started talking about how school seems to be starting sooner. We're not talking about it, but we're just saying that you have to enjoy the right now, right? And my son Isaiah started his day camp, so I have a little more free time during the day. I'm he's getting ready to do kindergarten. He'll be in kindergarten, and I need to soak up these moments. But it's been so hot. That's another thing. For those of you all who are not in Maryland, we've been experiencing a heat wave, and I lost air conditioning.
Oh my gosh.
It was one of those things where the joke about me is that I like it to be 0 degrees in the house. I cannot sleep if it is any above 68. I need to sleep in 67 and below. And the air went out when we got back from Williamsburg.
Oh my goodness.
Thank goodness. And it was right during 4th of July. 4th of July happened the day it went out. So there's no one to call. Is everyone closed? Oh my goodness. So we finally got air. So this weekend was a little bit tough because I don't like a heat wave when there's no air conditioning. Those two things do not go together.
Yeah, I'm sorry that sounds like your worst nightmare. So I'm sorry you had to live with that.
Because I think your mom's air went out too. So you kind of felt the pain too.
Oh yeah. I mean, my mom, she's right around 78, 80. That's where her thermostat is in the house. So, the fact that was still cool compared to the heats the house was getting to when her air conditioning broke. It was getting up to 86, 87, 88. It was very hot, just beyond what anyone should be living with. So my mom also had to have her air conditioning unit. Hers was completely replaced. And I'm glad that they work so swiftly. But I mean, those are, if you've ever had to pay to replace that, it's a lot of money.
We were thinking that it was going to have to be replaced, and thank goodness it was just a piece that was needed or some. Because I was like, there goes the college fund just to pay for the air conditioning. Because one thing we're not going to do is be cold, is be hot. So Isaiah just won't go to college. I mean, unless he gets a scholarship.
It's not that he won't go to college. He's just got to get scholarships.
That's what I said. He's just going to have to get a scholarship and be really smart, because we will not go without air. Not in the Edwards house. It's not going to happen. So let me tell. So I wonder, just a random question before we kind of get into our topic that we were discussing. What's the best thing that's happened to you so far this summer? What's other than we've had a lot of the tough stuff, but what's been a bright light for you recently? I know I put you on the spot, but I was trying to be like Erin, where she'll just throw stuff at us.
I love it. Just bringing in the spirit of Erin in here. Yes. I'm sure there's something more like less superficial than this, but I was sad to let go of my car, but car shopping is, stressful.
Oh, darn. Woe to me. To buy a new car.
So my car was a 2018, and now I have a 2021 of a different model car. But, it's just learning the bells and whistles of a new car is kind of hard, even if it is 4 years old. But it was still exciting to just drive off the lot in something new and new to me. And, kind of put some of the earlier events of the week behind me. But that was exciting, and I was proud of myself because, I did it by myself. And I had friends like you, offered like, well, come, we'll bring the husbands, we'll help. But, the opportunity came and I just went by myself and I was really proud of myself. I felt like, as much as I know about cars, I feel like I got a decent deal. So,
yeah, look, and then, like I said, and you're a car person. I'm not, but so I can understand. It's your journals are like your car thing. So like when I get a new journal, which is such a different, it's like car journal, but it's the same feeling of like, I love this. So I'm so excited for you. I wish it came a different way.
Yes. Yeah.
But it just shows you how you can make it something, positive.
Yeah. How about you though?
My bright spot, it sounds so crazy, but I have booked a getaway for myself, like no hubby, no son, just me and a weekend.
I love
that I'm doing is kind of like a personal, I don't know if it's like I'm calling it a wellness retreat, but it's just like I'm literally just going to be journaling and just taking time to be quiet because I feel like there's been a lot of noise, a lot of stuff that's been going on. And I was like, why do I need a reason? Like, what if I just kind of want, and David encouraged it. He said, go ahead. He was like, sometimes you just need a break. And he was like, I got Isaiah, go. And it's going to be overlooking water and secluded, and I'll be safe. Don't worry. Yeah. But I'm really excited about it because there's nothing on the agenda but me, myself, and I. And I don't think I've done that I can't remember when I've ever done that.
That's amazing. I think more people need to do that. I'm proud of you for like acknowledging that you needed it, but also following through with it. Cause I feel like that's the hardest part is like half the time we say, oh, I need to do this. And then we move on and go back to not taking that time for ourselves.
Well, David and I were kind of talking about what is our barrier with, spending money on ourselves. We're very quick to spend on others. We're both givers, and tend to be giving up our time and our energy and all this stuff. But when it comes to us and the things that we need, it doesn't happen. And it should happen. And it takes nothing like going through 2 rounds of cancer to say like, why is it not? And I don't really, and again, I don't have to have a reason. It's just because it's because. And so I'm excited that I, like you said, I followed through with it and got it scheduled, and that I don't even need to have someone with me. That's the biggest piece. Sometimes I feel like I'm scared to do it by myself. Yeah. Because I think sometimes it's not that I'm scared to be left alone with my thoughts. It's just we are usually used to doing things in community. Like it'd only be good if somebody else is with me. It's like, but I don't know. It's only a day or two. Yeah. It's literally,
I think you're gonna enjoy it. I have a feeling.
And I'll never come back. No, I'm gonna come back. I'll feed the child. I have to take him to school. So I will be back. But I was proud of my follow through. So I'm gonna take one of my 10,000 journals with me and do some. So I'll pick a pretty one, and put on my my music and just kind of be with myself. So that's my good thing. And I'm proud of both of us. Yeah. But I was thinking, I saw in our group, our Facebook group, there was a discussion about something, and it's something I actually have used recently.
Ooh.
You know, there's this whole big discussion in the world about artificial intelligence, ChatGPT. Did you hear about the guy who proposed to his ChatGPT? That's a whole nother.
I think I read the article for about 2 seconds before I said I can't, and I kept scrolling.
Now, this discussion today is not about that, but I did want to discuss Erica in our group. Erica made a post that said, I can't believe I never thought about this before. I've been in a recipe rut lately and had the idea to ask ChatGPT for recipe ideas, and it worked. It not only gave me recipes, but a shopping list and snack options too. Here's how I phrase my question. I get 23 Weight Watchers points a day with 31 additional weekly points. I typically have this for breakfast and a snack each day. I meal prep my lunch and dinners for the week on Sundays and heat them up throughout the week. I usually will eat the same lunch each day and alternate dinners. What are some easy summer preps that are not salads that I can try next week and stay within my points range? And it gave her a response.
Wow.
So a lot of people said that they have also used ChatGPT for the same purpose. And I was like, you know what? We need to utilize AI a little bit better for our journeys. That to me was so profound. Have you ever used ChatGPT or any of the other AIs to help you with something in your wellness journey?
Let's see, with wellness, I've used it at work. And I think it's helped save some time with creating data sheets and things. So I could imagine that would help with tracking, or even if it was something like, I have a trip at this point, how many, calories would I need to have in a day to lose 5 pounds in 5 months, if something like that. I would imagine. I haven't done that, but I also am curious about using it for, workouts too.
Yeah.
Give me a workout routine. I'm so-and-so aged person at this weight, and I'm looking to do things that don't involve jumping. I know for me, I have bad feet, so I've been told that anything plyometrics related for me, so jumping and those big movements like that, are not really great. So I feel like I love that you can make it so tailored to yourself.
Yeah.
So I'd love to try that.
Well, and the thing is, I actually, and for those, again, not everyone is tech savvy. So if you go to the ChatGPT is just one of the one of the softwares or one of the platforms that you can use. There's several of them, and I won't even pretend to know all of them. But there's free versions, so you don't have to pay for a membership. They do have a premium option, but a lot of the people who were just giving the discussions or who have options that we can use, it's the free version. And you know what I love to use it for is, Rikki, like you said, with the exercises. Look, I'm looking to get into strength training. They'll help you find YouTube videos. They'll send you links. Also for recipes. I used it 2 days ago because I said, here's what it's kind of and I realized that that's what Weight Watchers is doing. They have a feature in their app where you put in all of the ingredients you have and it tells you what meals you can make.
Yeah.
You can do that just by going to ChatGPT and saying, look, I have this in my fridge. Give me 3 or 4 meals that I can make. And I just never had taken it the extra step of saying, here's how many points I have, or I need to hit this protein goal. To me, that's really, really exciting. It's like you said, the personalization of it. Now, I have also learned that it can make mistakes.
Okay.
So I am not one of these who's a convert and tells it all my business and puts every bit of information in. But I do think for those tasks like exercise, meal prep, how to structure your day, I think that's really, really exciting. And I think that it's things that we need to use for our wellness journey, to make it easier. Because right now I'm all about how can I make this not boring? I don't know about you, but I can get stuck in these food ruts where it's I don't want a piece of chicken that looks like that anymore. I want it different. I want it to feel, different.
Yeah. I bet, you could even tailor it, because from what I've learned, at least from using it at work, is I've been told by others who have used it a little bit more than me, that it learns you. which, you might feel some sort of way about that if you've seen a lot of movies like me and you're like, haven't we
The
learned
movie
from
with
like
that guy, is it
iRobot?
where he fell in love with we could talk about falling in love, but remember the movie? It came out a few years ago. Scarlett Johansson. Never mind.
Yes,
Yeah.
and what's his
Her.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I feel like there's so many movies that we should learn from, and I hope that we don't get to the point where we are overusing technology and putting too much trust into it. But I think there are many benefits to it. But yeah, it does learn you, like, so from what I understand, the more you use it, the more it kind of knows what type of things you like or what type of edits you might ask it to make. So take that with a grain of salt, but but know that it can be helpful to use it repeatedly in order to have it give you more specific, like, relevant suggestions.
And someone also talked about how Google and Facebook, like, you don't even have to go, you can just search it in Google now. There's like an AI feature that pops up when you just Google things like, look, I'm thinking of this, tell me your thoughts. So for those who don't even want to kind of go the step of a ChatGPT route, it looks like someone here said, I do this with Facebook Meta AI as well. I even run a group of my own and have an AI enabled, which does the same. It doesn't take the place of my thinking, but it does help when I'm stuck in a rut or I'm brain numb after a busy week.
Yeah. And I think, Meta is also connected to Instagram. So I've noticed it there too. So there are a lot of different ways that if you're just like, I need help, I need help right now, that's a great resource and tool.
And another way that I use it is, I love my quotes and my, kind of motivation. And sometimes, if you were to say, like, I'm in a rut, give me 5 motivational quotes that can help me. Something where in the past it may have taken you, you got to comb through Instagram and see who's posted what, because sometimes to me it's about immediate, when you need that immediate something to kind of switch your mindset. I think that it's a great tool for mindset as well, and especially with the motivation. So, or book, I was thinking about you with book recommendations.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be great for that too. What should I read next? I want to read a book that's encouraging and helps me to, or even if it's something like I want to read a book that doesn't make me think, that has, more than 3-star ratings and is less than 300 pages. Like, if you're that specific, I bet you could find some really good things that relate to you. And then I think you could probably even go back and say, I didn't like this book. What book should I try instead?
I think that would be great. And I also think that it'd be good for, like, people are using it for playlists. I thought about that while you were talking, like, curate an exercise playlist that's 30 minutes that may be worship music or, upbeat, but it's for this time period. I thought that, because sometimes you have your own songs, but being able to figure out a way to hear new things and to try. I think I was really excited about the topic and to see how many people were like, oh my goodness, this is the fact that I can make this so personalized has changed my Weight Watchers game. Like, because the points are just so specific. I mean, it's so tailored to me. It's changed how I'm doing the plan. So I was going to challenge myself. Like, what if I were to do that now that I'm back for, vacation for me is over. I don't know if you have any planned, vacation's over. The 4th is gone, Juneteenth, all the things. Like, I just need a week's worth of eating, like a weekly menu. And I want it to fit these goals. Because for me, protein is a big goal for me. Like, I want to hit 100+ grams of protein each day. Like, help me do it and show me what that looks like and generate a grocery list.
Yeah. That seems incredibly helpful. You have to report back on how that does and share in the group.
I think you should be with me. I think we should just look and see. But also to say, like, and I'm going to eat out. Like, I wonder if you were to say, hey, I'm going to this place. Like, I'm going with my friends. Put that into the plan. I wonder if it could do that.
I'm sure it could. I feel like it's just, this technology is amazing. And I think about, like, all the other ways we use technology to help us in our wellness journey. have you seen the rings that people will wear, like the Aura ring?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see like a ton of people talking about those. I've heard they're not as good for like step counts.
People like them for sleep, I feel.
Okay.
They said that they're very accurate with sleep. I heard my cousin wears one, swears by it. The only thing that I think was a turnoff for me, and I mean, businesses are going to do what they do, is that there's a monthly fee to like get access to the data. Like that's always, problematic for me if you're like, I don't want another subscription. But I hear the data that they give you is very comprehensive. It gives you like an overall total wellness score, like where's your heart rate, where's your sleep. But I also, I know we wear our fitness watches, and you have what I think you have a Garmin.
I have a Garmin
watch. So the problem with mine is the battery runs out.
And that's exactly why I got the Garmin, because I could wear this for usually 3, maybe 4 days, and it's perfectly fine. I mean, if I were exercising a little bit more, I probably would have to charge it maybe every 3 days consistently. But if I don't exercise every single day, the battery's good for 4 or so days, and it's a big difference from Apple.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I hear word on the street is that they're coming out with a new version. I mean, when are they not?
Yeah.
Coming out with something new. Like I feel like every year it's like, guess what? You get an extra hour of battery life.
Right.
But I would love to use it for sleeping. And I do also know people, I enjoy their Fitbit. The Fitbit tends to last a little bit longer for sleeping. 'Cause I'd be interested to know like how long am I in one zone versus the other. I don't want to become overly dependent on the data because I do think that they're going to start to charge all the time for the stuff. But, like all of this is just about what do we do with the data that helps us to live our life better? I don't want to get so consumed with AI or with technology, but I want to use it as a tool to help me make it, like I said, simplify it a little bit. And the hardest part for me is the movement and the movement and the food. And because I'm a creature of habit and then I get burnt out. So I love that could be something that we use to kind of make that not so much of a thing.
Yeah. Do you remember back in the day, I was thinking as you were talking that, if there were only technology that made me track better.
I know.
Remember there used to be those alerts from the Weight Watchers app that would say, hey, have you tracked? What happened to that?
It's funny. Sometimes it'll do it, but I feel like it's gotten too Pollyanna for me. So it doesn't say like, it's time for you to track. It's like, hey, did you know that this would be an awesome time? Why don't we go ahead? It's like, it's very not pushy, but trying to be very like, positive. I guess that's a good thing. I need a Jillian Michaels from The Biggest Loser. Like I need somebody to be like, girl, put in your points right now. What are you doing?
Right. Or maybe I need to set it myself to one of those like really annoying Apple, like iPhone, like alarm.
Rude. Apple is so rude.
Yeah.
I think I told you I went through a season where I wasn't wearing the watch as much as I should. And you know how I broke a streak and then I was upset and I wasn't wearing it. And I told you I made my monthly goal, just stand for one day. I was like, if you are just the most disrespectful little, like the stand goal is like to stand for 5 minutes, right? Like,
well, I think it's like not even 5 minutes. I think it's like a minute I think in the last 50 or at the 50. So in the last 10 minutes of the hour, try to walk 1 minute during that. Yeah. I think that's it. Every 50 of the hour.
But it does still do that. And I do love that reminder because it'll tell me if I've sat down too much, like, hey, it's time. Get up, get up, get up.
Yeah.
Like I can't right now because I really don't want to, It usually gets me when I'm watching a long movie because I'm not the type who will get up, and walk in the movie theater, to try to get steps. But speaking of which, I did want to mention that we were able to get our last 2 step bets set up. I'm so excited.
Yay.
For those of you all who finished the last step bet, it ended this week. I was so excited. We're step betaholics here, but the 2 last games of the year are up. If you go to the Step Bet app, you can put in the game code RWWT. You can join right now. Like we were so Step Bet worked with us and was like, go ahead, set the games up so that people can have the link. And if you're trying to play games, which we're not encouraging you to do. Some people like to stop wearing their watch for a little while to let their steps go back down so that their goals aren't as high. I am not saying to do that. My mother does that. But
I found that, because I don't do that intentionally, but I feel like sometimes because I don't have the constant thought of like, I've got to be on it, I'll forget to put it on some days. And maybe because it's not every day, like for a week, but I find that has never made a big difference for me.
And they now have a poll. If you have done a step bet, it'll ask you, was your goal too hard? Was it too easy? Was it about right? And I think that does play into how they fix what your next goals are going to be. But remember, if you ever join a step bet, you always see what the goals are before you join. So it's not like there's no bait and switch. Like the goal that you see is the goal that you see.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to mention that because I posted it in our Facebook group because I was so excited that you can now join, you know.
That's wonderful.
And look, and everyone, they're like, Candice, you and these step bets. Okay. Calm down.
You've got a lot of people who are like, if you don't post about the next one, they're on you.
Because I think people think you can't move unless there's a step bet. Like I actually had someone, they were like, what am I supposed to do? The step bet's over. I said, you can still walk. Like
one foot for the other.
But you know, you can keep your $40. It'll still be there, but you don't need the step bet to walk. And they're like, when is it? I said, it's like, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I love talking to you. I'm so glad. Like I said, I'm happy about your car. I'm happy about my retreat, but I'm also happy that we have tools and people who share in the group about things like ChatGPT and AI resources, because I'd love to hear from you all. Like, are you using, I know we had a few people who posted on the thread. Are you using AI and ChatGPT and other things to help your wellness journey? And if so, what are some of the prompts that you're using that help your journey? Because maybe it'll help somebody else. Maybe I can take a few. I know we talked about the exercise ones, but put them in our Facebook group and also on Instagram. We're getting better with posting there as well. We have not neglected our Instagram audience. We just need to, like I said, it's been a little busy time, but we'd love to hear how you use artificial intelligence to inform your journey. And Rikki, do you want to tell them how they can find us?
Yes, we are, as you know, Real WW Talk. So if you want to send us an email, send it to realwwtalk@gmail.com. As Candice mentioned, we are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, trying to get better about Connect, but that is not our strength.
Not at all.
If you want to see our lovely faces, catch us on YouTube to see those. And you can always look in the comments below or the section below the video to see how you can become a subscriber or how you can send us some, I guess it's called fan mail, but just know that we can't respond to that, but we always read them and we're just so, flattered and we love seeing those comments come through from you guys that way too.
And you never know, we may shout you out because especially as time goes along, even though we can't respond, if there's some topic that you would like for us to talk about or to highlight, let us know. This is a community and we love to figure out different things to say because we've been doing this since what? It's been since COVID, since 2020. We are in 5 years in August, 5 years. When Aaron, we're going to go to Aaron's house and do a celebration. We have to. I'm a fives person. Like 5 is a big thing, right?
We got to celebrate it.
I want to get the little balloon that has a 5 on it, put it in the air.
Yes. Some streamers. We got to do it.
We're going to do it. Well, thank you all for joining us and tune in next week, but we'll see you later. All right. Bye.
Bye.